Hello and welcome to today's overview of Lob's new native Figma to Lob plugin. So high level, Figma is a design tool that your design team is probably very familiar with. It lets you easily design beautiful creative. Lob now has an integration that lets you take your Figma design and translate that directly into Lob-ready HTML that can be personalized at scale across your entire audience. So the way that it works is we start by logging into our Lob dashboard. And on the left-hand side here under integrations, you'll now see the new Figma to Lob plugin. So I'll go ahead and click on that. And this is going to ask me which project I want to open up my Figma design in. If I have not logged in before, this may ask me to log in using my Lob credentials to connect this back to my Lob account. But I'm going to click to open this in a new file. And you can see here, it gives me a quick overview. But when I click to run the plugin, I'll now have three options. I can read up on how to use the plugin. I can click to create a new mail design, which is what we'll be doing first, or I can export an existing mail design, which we will circle back to later. So I'm going to click to create a new design, and you'll see that it gives me some options. My standard postcard sizes, letter, and self-mailer. We'll do a 6x11 postcard. And now it's telling me my template has been created. You can see my template has a front and a back. And this is essentially an open canvas that I can design in with whatever text or imagery that I want to use. It gives me some border guidelines to keep track of for the sake of bleeds. And on the back of my postcard, you can see that there is a pink box. This is where Lob is going to print the address block. So this will essentially be a white box with the address information on the postcard. So anything in my design that sits beneath this is going to get covered. So bear that in mind. But other than that address block, this is totally a free canvas to bring in whatever design you'd like to use. Now, for my design, rather than starting from scratch, I'm going to navigate to Lob's template gallery, which is a great place to see some example creatives, and you can see that at lob.com/template gallery. I'm going to pull up an automotive example, and we'll use this customer loyalty postcard. When I click into these template gallery examples, you'll see we can actually open them directly in Figma. So I'm going to open up this 6x11 in Figma. And I'm going to go ahead and copy this into my new design. So I'm going to take that layer, go to my front, paste that in, and drag it over so it's sitting within my postcard layout. And then I'll do the same thing for the back. So click on the back here, paste that in, and bring the whole thing over. All right, so now I have my design in Lob. One thing to call out before I export it is that I can introduce dynamic merge variables into my design by putting them in double curly braces. So you can see here where it says name. If I want this to be a dynamic variable that represents the recipient's first name at scale across my entire campaign, I can put that into double curly braces, and I've now created a merge variable called first name, which I can populate at the individual mail piece level. So text, images, all those things can be dynamic layers within your HTML creative, within Lob, and personalized at a one-to-one level across your entire audience. So if this feels good and I'm ready to export my design, I'll go back to the Lob plugin by clicking up here on this menu, Plugins, Figma to Lob. This time, I'm going to export my mail design. So the first thing you'll see is that Lob can host your assets for free. So when you're creating HTML documents, there are going to be things like background images that need to get hosted. This just gives Lob permission to do that. And now it tells me that my creative is ready for export. So if I click continue, this will actually export these directly into my Lob account. Or if I want to put them into test mode within my Lob account, I can do that here. So I can export these right into my test or live environments within Lob. In this case, let's click to put them into my test environment. So I go ahead and click that, and it will tell me my creative has been exported to Lob. And if I click this button, it will take me back into my Lob account, right into my template gallery. And so you can see right at the top here, I have my two new designs for the front and the back of my postcard pushed directly into my Lob account as templates. If I click on this, I can see that this has actually already generated some Lob-ready HTML based on my design. And if I view a preview of it, so I'll select postcard, 6 by 11, I'll see that that merge variable that I created for first name is recognized. So we can plug in my name here and hit preview. And now in my preview, I can see that creative. I can see it personalized to my name. If everything looks good, I can move this into live mode and start sending live mail using my template. So hopefully this looks like a pretty easy tool for you to use and start getting your Figma designs into Lob. And if you have any questions, please feel free to reach out to your Lob representative for some help. Thank you.